رمضان 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 يا حبيب رمضان رمضان ليتك دوما.
Okay, welcome to the final of the Manchester Ramadan Cup 2018, brought to you by Human Relief Foundation. We've got our camera on the Italians team, who won by a goal to nil against Ivory Coast in the semi-final. Ashraf is leading the team talk. Bilal, how would you rate Italians' chances for this final against the Titans team?
I think it's fair to say that both teams are possessing lots and lots of quality, but I think you really have to give it to the Titans team. They've got the edge. I think they've got the expertise, they've got the balance, they've got the experience. And Italians, though, they've got lots of energy, and you know, you never know, there might be an upset.
Yeah. What makes you back Titans more than Italians?
I think when you look at people like Tayyib and Tango and 80 and Jaff and every single person in that team, even all the way back from the goalie, they've won it before. They've won competitions, they win leagues, they win tournaments. Every single person on that team has at least 2 or 3 winners' medals. Whereas on the other side, of course, there's a lot of inexperience, there's lots of energy and youth, but we know that youth, you can't win things with youth.
Oh, well, you can't win anything with kids, as it was famously coined in 1995. You alluded to the fact they're very young. They're 16, 17 years old. The average age is about 17. If Italians had to stage an upset, what would be the way you see it happening?
I think one thing that we have seen from the Italians team is they're happy to sit back and hit on the break. And when they hit on the break, they've got lots of energy and lots of speed. You've got people like Jibs, you've got Maro, loads of energy, Khalid, who we know from Ultimate, and Berber, who's been outstanding in this tournament. They've got lots of quality, and the other thing about the young guys is they're not afraid. They don't have that fear factor. They almost don't know the other team to respect them.
Wonderful, thank you very much. We'll be hearing from Bilal as the match goes on. Italians are the clear underdogs, but they've played Titans before in the semi-final last season. They were on the end of some rough treatment. The experience of that against the likes of Tayyib Shah and Tango, these season winners, will only help Italians for this final. They've got 11 men in their squad here today. Jabir, who is one of the contenders for player of the season, is in there, as well as Berber, as mentioned by Bilal. They're going to be relying heavily on Omar and Khalid, and their defence has been very, very solid. Only conceded 1 goal so far in the tournament in 5 games. Titans have been equally solid, although they've conceded 3 in comparison. Titans have scored 8 goals also so far in the tournament, which stands them in good stead against a very resolute defence that they're coming up against tonight. Got a good turnout again, around 100 to 150 people here for the final. Let's hope they are given an entertaining game to watch. There's the mascot going through his paces. He's got his own tricks. Just wait for them.
Come on, Reds. Come on, Reds. 20 minutes. 6 minutes.
Is that Jahan?
Jaff, physical specimens.
Check Bobby and Moen just sunbathing on the side over there. Zoom in on Bobby and Moen afterwards. They're taking Salam, bro. You come for a game, you come in the wrong footwear. Titans have got a master substitution.
He's got the right footwear for slipping all over the place.
For the shaft fall count. I'm bringing one back for the next season, Al Bayuki. He fell over 4 times against Young Guns. Yeah. Bilal, what do you make of this pre-match ritual that Italians have?
Unique. There's only one word for it, unique.
Do you think it'll unsettle Titans in any way?
In no way whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay, we're ready. Ace is in there. Ashraf, we saw his war cry, I would put it, when they reached the final. At the end of the game, he's in the middle of that huddle somewhere, surrounded by 10 hungry Italian lions.
We'll do it now.
Here we go. Ashraf's in there.
Get in, son.
Wicked, John.
Ready for kickoff. Titans against Italians. Italians lining up with Mubs, Amin, ABK, contender for Player of the Year, Jabir, Omar, Jibril, Maro, who's got the assist for Elmi in the previous game, and Berber. Bilal, if you could talk us through the Titans lineup.
Titans starting at the back, you got Amar, probably most experienced keeper in the tournament. 3 times winner of this tournament. Tayyib, Hassan, Tango, Azhar, Akib, Jaff, and of course Haroon.
Jaffer, who is the top scorer for the tournament so far. It's going to be an eagerly awaited grudge match for Italians following last season's semi-finals. Many of them would have had sleepless nights. They got their chance to give themselves a really good night's sleep here with one of them surely sleeping with a trophy tonight if they go all the way Italians tonight.
I've seen those Italians last night when they were rolling about 3 in the morning.
Jabir. Here's Omar on his left foot. Goes back to ABK. Azhar playing as a focal point of the attack. He's played that role for the last 3 games. Jaffer has filled in the number 10 role. Amin going past one Titans player, finding Omar, getting past Haroon. And Jibril can't keep that one in play. Good start so far by Italians.
Lots and lots of energy, just as we expected, to be honest. They've started every single game in the exact same manner, but can they maintain this for the whole game?
Yeah, that's definitely a question, which is going to be a huge question mark over Italians if they too played with this kind of football. Is it sustainable for 45 minutes? Moro with an early sighter. Well, we were just saying that they were having they had the energy up and they almost got the goal there. To remind you that this tournament is being brought to you by Human Relief Foundation. This is the 4th year in a row that we've been staging the Manchester Ramadan Cup at Alexandra Park. It's been successful year on year. I think we've got the highest crowd here tonight, bordering on 200 to 250 people packed in here. Omar wins that header. Maro left it running for Jibril, who's again followed well by Tango. Tango trying to get the foothold in the game, and here come Titans forward for the first time in this game. Akib with his left foot. Well, that's the warning sign, isn't it, Bilal? That Italians could be put under severe pressure if they just give the ball away. Akib with that sweet left foot. There's reasons why a lot of teams are after him. Maro. And puts it in the middle there. And that was Jibril coming in. Nearly again there, Bilal. Jibril nearly again on the end of Omar's pass.
Yeah, very, very unlucky.
It's the other way around, actually.
Sprang in from the halfway line. Beasted it through the middle, walked straight through the Titans' defence and narrowly missed the ball. Here's Haroon. Haroon with the ball, crosses it in. Akib! Oh!
Well, end-to-end stuff. Akib having his second bite of the game so far. That one was closer than the previous one. I think it's the closest one that both sides have had. And here's Mubs with the goal kick. Both teams are settled in now. It's not looking like it's going to be a cage affair. It's come off Hassan's head. Amar scrambling to keep down in place out of his area, and he's hoofed it into the air. Jaffer chasing this one down, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Well, I didn't think it was going to be this entertaining this early in the game. I thought both teams would settle in, but as it is, both teams are going for that early goal to try and get one up on another team. Here's Haroon. He's capitalised. He scored. Haroon Ahmed puts Titans in front. He scored in the final last season. He's done it again this season, Bilal.
Awful, awful mistake there for Omar. He's got his head in his hands. He's going to be ruin that that opportunity that he's given to Titans. And as we were talking before the game, this is all they need. They need a goal. They've won plenty of games 1-0. Are they going to sit back and defend deep?
Any criticism of the goalkeeper? It's quite central. Got under his foot.
True, but Omar was asking for the ball. You know, the keeper can only give him the ball as he's asked. Omar invited the pressure on himself. But yep, could the keeper have done more?
Oh, and Berber coming close as we were just discussing that goal. Quieting the crowd down a little bit. That's what Titans would have liked to do as well. Get that early goal, quieten the crowd down, and try and get their own rhythm and play going. And Azhar, it is far from over. Italians have got to remember there's another 40 minutes in this game. They need all the help that they get from the side, Ashraf, as well as their coaches, to try and G their troops on to try and get themselves back into this final. ABK. Now Jabir on the left-hand side. Omar, who'll be looking to atone for his sin. Maro. Live wire so far in this game. Looking to find Berber, he nearly did. Haroon and his brother Hassan combining to get rid of that one. Here's Jabir again. Berber, Italian still coming forward. Haroon took a swipe at it, missed the ball. Berber. As they're doing very well defensively. Titans get themselves a throw in here, which Tayyip Shah will take. Jibril flicks it on for Azhar. Here's Tango. Trying to thread it through the eye of a needle, trying to find a keep. And here comes the counter-attack in the shape of Maro. He showed too much of it to Hassan, and Hassan got his foot in at the key moment. ABK. Jabir's just holding position at the moment. Omar trying to find Berber. Tayyip Shah chests it out with no pressure to the goal scorer, who brings down Jabir after he took a few heavy touches. Into Amin again. Well, the flag did go up. The referee's playing advantage. Maro, he's chasing his own touch. Hassan with no nonsense defending. I mean, that's the kind of defender you would love to have at your club, wouldn't you, Bilal?
Not really. We've had the opportunity to sign him more than one occasion, and we've turned it down.
So I don't think Hassan will lose too much sleep over that. And here's Maro. Jibril. Tayyip Shah's there again. Tayyip Shah's experience is going to be something that Italians got to find their way around. He's a veteran of many football matches. 11-a-side, 8-a-side, 5-a-side, you name it. Tayyip Shah's been there. And he's won trophies. Azhar, a true force of Manchester football, hooked into the air by Jabir. Omar lost the contest against Akib, but he's got the throw-in. Secondary prize. Oh, great work by Omar to try and get it through over the Titans' defence. Sorry, that was Jibril. Jabir. Omar now. So a heavy pass. Maro wasn't expecting it. He wasn't really on his tippy toes.
That was a good pass. He was just half asleep.
Italians seem to have lost their edge in the final third.
They've gone a bit nervous now. They're not as composed as they were in the first 5 or 6 minutes. What they mustn't do under any circumstances. Oh, Mubs there with Carrier-style nightmarish goalkeeping there. And what they mustn't do, as I was saying, is concede another goal. And here's Haroon as he crosses over there, looking for the foul. The referee waves it on. What I was saying is that they mustn't, under any circumstances, lose their heads. Yeah. They cannot. They have to regroup, compose themselves, sit back for a little bit, soak up some of the pressure, and then start again.
In that little build-up, Mubs almost conceded a shocking goal. We saw Jaffer try against Abdullah. His Berber now. Meanwhile, Maro's in the middle. Italians nearly got themselves in behind the defence of Titans. We were saying Mubs almost committed an error in the same liking as Abdullah. Jaffer almost got himself another easy goal. Here's Berber's corner, near post. ABK was there. It's gone out for another set piece, deep in the Titans' half. Jibril to take this throw in. Jabir. Towards Berber. Hassan's there. Now Haroon. Jaffer asks for it. Finds Tango. But Maro wanted it more. Berber's in for Italians! Wonderful save by Amar!
All started off with Maro's quick feet. Great pass, well secured by Berber. Really, really unlucky there. Couldn't quite get the...
Oh, Berber with a clever piece of play.
Foul throw.
It's actually a foul throw. It was quick thinking, but the execution wasn't quite what... this player, Ali Salim, not showing the great touch that he's used to.
Yeah, divot.
Blame the turf.
The divot.
Dave Shah with the throw-in. Who's been the standout player for you so far, Bilal?
Oh, I think you've got to say Tango. He's controlled the tempo of the game, I think, and responsible for some great saving tackles. Difficult to say, really. What's your view?
Oh, and keeper scored! It's 2-0 to Titans! Well, you're not going to see many goals like that. It took a couple of bounces over there. Italians plays, and the keeper's flipped home with his right foot to the net. Titans 2, Italians 0.
Awful, awful defending. Ball went over the defender, and the goalkeeper was just half asleep. What was he doing? It's just really not a good reflection of the tournament so far. Certainly not a good reflection of the way that Italians are played in the tournament. Really, 2 awful, sloppy goals. They'll be desperately upset that they've conceded them.
Amar. Jaffer. Here's Tango. Because that's on the pitch. Here's Omar, taken away from Jaffer. Here's Jabir. Haroon. It's another ball given away. Jaffer trying to run onto it. ABK beat into it. ABK made a good challenge in the end. And now he's coming out with the ball. Striding his legs. Maro. Back to ABK, who's continued his run. It's a corner kick. Who's there? Tayyip Shah's there, who's just taking a bit of criticism on the side. He's in the right place at the right time there, Bilal.
As usual, we've seen it all season in Ultimate League football. Every single season. Tayyip Shah, Mr. Reliable. Anyway, here's Omar with a shot. So poorly handled there from Amar. Really, really not like him.
Yeah.
Mistakes from Italians more than anything. Because they've shown, you know, bouts of brilliance at the end.
Yeah. Akib's corner was headed out by ABK. And that's a half-time whistle. 2-0 to Titans. They're in full control of this final. It's actually rather been gifted to them by Italians, especially the first goal. It went under Omar's foot, and then Haroon went running through, and he just really put it centrally under Mubs' foot. The second goal, Italians will hope that we lose the clip of that goal. It was a foul throw by Berber. It was clever thinking to try and get it off the back of one of Titans' players, but the resulting throw-in went over one defender, bounced over the other, and Akib just potted home from the right-hand side. Bilal, what needs to change now from Italians' mindset? We talked about the changes they might need to make. What about the mindset?
Well, the mindset is the same mindset that they had straight after conceding that goal. They did consolidate, they did sit back a bit, they did soak up some of the pressure, and they didn't completely lose their heads. Yeah. The second goal was a poor mistake, and I think the goalkeeper is probably to blame for the second goal, and partly to blame for the first goal, I would say, in hindsight. What they need to do, they need to attack more. Yeah. They need to throw people up. The game's going to be wide open, but they're going to put themselves in huge danger against an experienced team like Titans, who are going to capitalise on gaps at the back, which will inevitably come about by them having to push. But as they say, if you don't buy a ticket, you're not going to win the lottery, are you? So they do have to really attack now.
Yeah. Sam, you okay? I think I recognise you. Ya's brother, eh? How is he? Year 6 now. How was his stats? Did he say they went well? No, I left. I wanted a new change. I needed a change. I work in Bolton now. Huh? No, I live here, but I travel to Bolton. Do you remember Mrs. Wellington? The vice principal. Yeah, Stanley Road. She's the head teacher at the school I'm at now. So when she left, I went with her. Yeah.
When you use the same type of joke with them, it's a wall.
No, she works at one place, but we left. Both left at the same time. Yeah, we left at the same time. It's alright, mashallah, alhamdulillah, it's going okay. It's a smaller school, but it's different. It's different. Where's Mo? Different types of kids there.
Where's Mo?
Like the travelling headache.
Half an hour is nothing.
After Figo scored, did you see when he scored that?
It's subdued. Hassan, we'll just get your reaction very quickly. From Italians' point of view, you must be very disappointed.
Yeah, I think they've got the whole crowd behind them, but I don't know. Like I told you before, Titans are Titans. They're just champions. They know everything. But we'll see the second half if a goal can come back from Italians.
What do you think they need to do, or do you think Titans need to badly to try and get the back into the game?
I think if they keep using what's his name, Maro a lot more, give the ball to Maro and just move the ball. He's the only player that can do things at the moment anyway. But now you can see Elmi's back on. Elmi's he's a big target. So we'll see.
Yeah, thank you very much, Hassan. So Elmi is on, as Hassan's just said. He scored the winner against Ivory Toast, and he is on. Maro's gone to the left-hand side. Jabir into Jibril. They're trying to make a fast start already. Tango. On the bench. Khalid is still on the bench. We've still not seen him come on. Omar. Oh, Haroon missed it. Jibril trying to cushion it forward, putting a bit more power on it for Maro. Akib put his hand on the ball there. A throw has been given. What? Controversial decision there, Bilal.
John's not any stranger to controversy as the ball's thrown in. Really long throw from Akib to Jaffa, but it's gone over his head. Maro picks the ball up. Nice little footwork from Maro. Again, he's lost it cheaply to Tango. Oh, Maro's sent. He's dashed Tango. Tango's been dashed.
Well, Tango has gone flying, and the corner flag has felt the full force of Tanzil. Here's Jibril. Jibril in a goal. Maro's there. Another great chance. Goes begging for Italians. And Amar, who was already on the ground, has saved it from point blank range. Italians have wasted a huge opportunity, Bilal.
Amar's loving it. Look, a smile on his face. Keeper of the tournament, I would say.
Oh, that's the chance that Italians needed, and they've come across that chance and they've wasted two of him. Again, Haroon stretching his legs. Jaffer coming in with a robust challenge. Brilliant work by Maro again. This kid's a live wire. Jabir. Jibril. Maro there again. Oh, it's a late challenge by Jibril.
Let's see what Jabber's got now. Oh, straight to Jaff. Jaff cut it out. Oh, Jaff the beast. Beast in pass one. Beast in pass two. 3 step overs. Shoots! And he puts it away! And that is it. Secured the game. 3-0 to Titans. Surely that is it. Italians can't come back from this, surely.
Yeah, that is game, set, a match. Jaffer shrugged off the challenge of the midfielder. A step over, and he's put it in the bottom corner. The top scorer of the tournament has made it 3-0 to Titans, and it's all over now.
Oh, now Khalid. What's he going to do now?
Well, Khalid's been sent on now with the game
Consolation.
all over as a contest now. It's going to take a mighty, mighty effort. It's going to top Istanbul. It's going to top Kristanbul actually, if Italians are going to get back into this game. Jabir, they're committing all their men forward. Khalid, his first opportunity to make something happen. Amin now, it's gone out for a throw-in. Overall today, Italians, aren't they?
Yeah, but you know they've still got some life in them. They need to get a consolation goal, make themselves feel better about the way this game's gone. I think again, inexperience in the middle has cost them. The ball was cut out by Jaffer as he shoots! Nearly makes it 4-0. As I was saying, inexperience in the middle, I think, has caught them out and has cost them. Inexperience in the middle was the cause for the first goal, and this last goal that has surely killed off the game now for Titans.
Oh, it's through the legs of Tango there by Jibril. It's all right. And tussle again between Jabir and Haroon. Jibril. He's beaten Haroon. Almi puts it in the middle. Jibril and Amar's there again. ABK. Jabir. Khalid.
Drive forward. Where's his options? Where's his options? Not a single option there.
ABK again. Here's Jabir.
Go on.
Can he kill one in? It's gone over. Tango. Akib. No, it's an interception in the end. This game is just fizzling out now. We're very, very close to Titans being crowned champion. Oh, that's a real shove in the back. I think a penalty has been awarded. A shove in the back on Haroon by Jabir. I can't believe that.
Jabir is playing like he's playing for Cosmos already.
It's a very. It's going to be Haroon who's going to take it. The man who opened the scoring. 4-0 to Titans, and the man who opened the scoring is the one who rounds it off. It's 4-0, a comprehensive beating of Italians in the final.
Amar, that's disrespectful, man. Complete disrespect.
Criminal defending by who probably is the man of the tournament for Italians, Jabir. Frustration.
Yeah, petulance.
I don't know what he was thinking.
He's thinking, I've got one opportunity to shove or kick this guy in the back. I'm going to take it.
And then John caught him. Here comes Assad. They're not done here, Titans. Haroon's on a hat-trick. He gets it! A hat-trick in the final for Haroon. It's 5-0. Italians just want the ground to open up. On the final whistle, it needs to go for them as soon as possible. Haroon has got himself a hat-trick in the final.
That's the one in the back.
What'd you make of that?
Awful. I think Amar's one keeper of the tournament.
Here's Khalid.
Come on, man. Pass it to you. Go on, man.
Berber's on now. There's Berber's solitary attempt in the second half after coming on. Amina's come off.
Ow.
You're going to make him think the final whistle has actually gone, bro. And the long ball towards Akib. Akib's in as well. Akib and the Mubarak has just saved that. And the final whistle goes. The Titans are crowned champions of the Manchester Ramadan tournament. It was actually a question of how many rather than if they were going to win that. 5-0. Tango and his troops have come up smelling of roses again. Haroon got himself a hat-trick. He opened the scoring after an error in the middle of the park. That was quickly made 2-0. Thanks to an error by Mubs and Akeem nipped in. A goal by Jaffer on the counter-attack and then two late goals. A penalty by Haroon and a long-range effort has won the third trophy for Titans in the Ramadan tournament. Oh, well done, congratulations once again, another tournament. Just another day, another Sunday afternoon for you then, isn't it?
Yeah, no, to be honest, we did a lot of planning before the game.
You do, you love your plans, don't you, Tango? Tell us about the plans today.
They're a very good team, they're young players. They beat Rehan's team in the last round, which I didn't expect, so we couldn't underestimate them.
What was the key ingredient for today's final as opposed to any other final?
We just played the same way, because they play a similar way to Vatas Locus, so we just played the same way. And a bit more strength, a bit more getting stuck in with them, because obviously they're young lads. Yeah. And then I think that's what won it for us.
Did the scoreline flatter you? Did you expect to win 5-0?
No, not 5-0. I thought maybe 1-2-0. That's all I expected, to be honest.
Who was the difference maker for you today? I mean, you had a brilliant performance by Amar, but Haroon, I mean, come on, 3 goals in the final. It's not very often you get a hat-trick.
I know, it's funny because all through the tournament he's not really done anything. But I said there was going to be a game for him to do something, and I'm happy he was in the final.
Yeah.
So happy for Haroon.
Yeah, congratulations, Tango. Once again, a winner in the Ramadan tournament. Haroon. Where's Haroon? Haroon, magnificent. You got yourself a hat-trick in the final. You must be the happiest man on earth.
Yeah, all the important thing was that the team won. Team played well, and you know the 2 goals at the end were just, well, didn't really count, did they? We were already winning 3-0.
Well, the first goal was definitely a gift. What was going through your mind as you were coming through on goal?
Well, Tango told us at the start they'll pass it out from the back, so we'll set a trap for him, let the middleman have it, and as soon as it's played to him, tackle him.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. Perfect.
Yeah, and the penalty as well. I mean, you got a clear shove in the back. There's quite a bit going on in terms of argument.
That was my bad. You know, I fouled him a couple of times, and he got a bit annoyed, but you shouldn't do it in the box, should he?
No, I'm talking about. Or what about the penalties? About who was taking it? There's quite a discussion going on.
That was mine. I got fouled. I'll take the penalty.
Yeah. And then the last one, the long ranger, that was all you, wasn't it? Yeah, surely.
That's on my left foot. You know, it's going somewhere. It's going on target all the time. So yeah, glad that went in.
Yeah, that's your second Ramadan tournament now. Winning trophies is becoming normal for you and your brother now, isn't it?
It's playing with Tango. That's what it is. When you play with Tango, you win. Yeah.
Wonderful. You were the man of the match, Haroon. Fantastic, great display. And you can see Titans squad. You can't. If you just look at them, it doesn't look like they've won a trophy. It's like it's very, very normal now for them to win trophies. And I guarantee what's probably going on in there is about how they're going to cut out the errors that they committed in this game. I mean, there's not many of them, but regardless of that, they're still talking about how they can improve further. And Italians, on the other hand, they are crestfallen. Ashraf, not got a lot of words. See if we can get a reaction from him. So we get Ashraf. Ashraf, talk to us. Ashraf, huge disappointment. What happened in that?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
We learned a lesson there, man. We're not losers at the end of the day. As you see the team spirit after the game, we still got it in us, man. We live to see another year, man. The Italians live to see another year, always, man. We might not get the result we want, but shit, it happens, man.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
It is progress. I mean, semi-finals last year, final this year, perhaps winners next year. What do you think your players have learned from today's final?
Yo, my players, if anything, they're going to come back stronger, man. Mentally, they're going to come back stronger. You've seen that after the game, man. Go back to the previous years. No team's ever done that after the game. They lose the game, they still got that spirit up, man. Wallahi, Italians, they come out as champions today, in my eyes. I don't care what anyone else says, man.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you very much, Ashraf, for giving a post-match analysis. It is a disappointing defeat for Italians. I think 5-0 is quite a harsh scoreline, but with the game...
Yo, that's fun. Yeah, yo.
I think when they got towards the end of the game, I think they kind of probably just realised that the game was up and left gaps at the back. We're just waiting the trophy presentation now for Titans and runners-up presentation as well for... Assalamu alaikum. We've got Ahmed Benali here, professional footballer, currently playing for Croton on loan from Peshawar. Thank you very much for joining us, Ahmed. What did you make of the Ramadan tournament this year?
Bro, I've seen a good standard, man, a good turnout above all, and fair play, alhamdulillah, brings the community together, so really proud of everyone, man.
Yeah, fantastic. Were there any players that you thought stood out for the tournament so far? Well, for the whole tournament?
I've seen a few, but like as it's a younger generation, I don't really know them by name. But like it was I'm surprised by the standard, especially with the pitch being like quite difficult to play on.
Yeah.
I've seen a few good players, like nice touches, nice goals and stuff like that. So it was quite impressive.
Yeah. You played in Manchester prior to becoming a professional, and then ended up in Italy. Have you got any like pieces of advice for some of the up and young common players, like the 16, 17-year-olds playing for Italians, for example, today, and just around Manchester?
Yeah, of course. I was, like I said, I was born and raised there. I was doing all this at their age and stuff like that, and I still feel like I'm part of the community. So I just say to these guys to never give up and to keep going, because you hear stories of guys coming through at like in the early teens, guys coming through in the late teens, and as long as you're playing and enjoying it, that's the most thing that counts. And then where it gets you, but just never give up, because one door closed could be open to another door, man. So
yeah. And on a personal level, how are you doing back in Italy? I mean, you're on loan at Croton. I've heard you're coming back from an injury at the moment as well. You enjoying it out there?
Yeah, I've been there for 6 years now in Italy, and the last 6 months I've been on loan. Unfortunately, we got relegated. But around April time, I'd done my 5th metatarsal and wasn't able to take part in the running towards the end of the season. But unfortunately, got relegated, and I don't know what team I'm going to be at for the next season. We'll have to see.
Well, we all wish you the best, inshallah, Ahmed, for the future, and hopefully we'll see you at more of these tournaments, inshallah, in the coming years as well, inshallah. Ahmed Ben Ali, very kind to offer us a few words prior to the presentation. Coming up now for the winners and for the runners-up. Thanks, Ahmed. Nice one. So, what we're going to do, what awards are they? Men providing the medals and the trophies. Abdullah Salim, Adai, Khalid and Ahmed Ben Ali will be providing the trophies and the medals. No, I won't do this then. Just start.
Right, I just want to say thank you to everyone here. Okay, the players, the volunteers, yeah, the team, teammates, everyone. Yeah, I just want to say thank you very much. Yeah, without you guys, this wouldn't have happened. Okay, I want to thank Human Relief for their efforts. MashaAllah, may Allah bless them. May Allah bless all of you guys as well. Okay, today we've got the 2 teams. Okay, great match, brilliant match. I thought it was a fantastic match, but there was only one champion. Okay, so we're going to start off with the individual rewards. We're going to start off with this guy here. He's made an atmosphere. He was the one that made this atmosphere. This goes to the manager of this whole tournament. Yeah? Can we all give a round of applause to Ashraf?
Ashraf, given an award here. Manager of the tournament, Ashraf.
Guys, by the way, this guy, he brought his whole family here. Yeah? Well done, well done. Right, the next award goes to the referee. Yeah, his name is John Grant. He's played a big part in this tournament. Okay, without this guy, I don't think we would have had a good tournament. Yeah, this guy managed it well, refed it well, and it was all him. Yeah, can we all give a clap to Rod?
Someone shout, you don't know.
Fuck him, ref, fuck him.
Shout, you don't know what you're doing.
Who wants to take you off?
Shout, you don't know.
Next individual award goes to the best goalkeeper. Yeah. For the past.
Where is he? Where's the man?
For the past week, there was 4 best goalkeepers. Okay. Obviously, we only have 1. Yeah. But this guy, he does it every year. Yeah, he does it every year. But apparently, I don't know, but I heard that he's going to quit. Yeah, he's going to retire. Yeah. Let's all give a big round of applause to Amar.
Amar, well-deserved winner for the Goalkeeper of the Year award.
Goes to the top scorer. Okay, this guy, what a beast! What a beast! Yeah, he's a target. Yeah, every time you give him the ball, he looks dangerous. He scored 5 goals. Yeah, 5. Listen, this tournament, if you score 2 goals, you're a very, very good player. What about 5 goals? Let's all give a round of applause to Jafar.
Jafar, who scored the goals in the semi-final, as well as goals earlier on in the tournament, and one tonight to get himself that golden boot. 5 goals scored. A wonderful performance from Jafar in the tournament.
The boot looks so small in his hand. Right, the last individual award.
It's just behind the step.
Goes to the best player. Okay, this best player award. You know, I can't even express how good he was on the pitch. Yeah, because he was just so class. Not just today, throughout the whole tournament. Yeah, I thought he deserves it from the first game he's played. Yeah, he looked very sharp. He was in it everywhere. His heart was in it. Yeah, the energy was there. It goes to the Italian Mauro.
Fantastic performance by Mauro. He's getting a real congratulations from his team. He's trying to keep a game face on. Disappointed to be on the losing side today, but that's some sort of consolation for Mauro from his tournament, and he'll be hoping to lift the big trophy next season, as well as the best player trophy again.
To say about this team. Yeah, last year, this team, they were nowhere near the finals. Nowhere near. Okay, they had the same team, a young team, still young, mashallah, yeah, very young. Yeah, they've got coaches, young coaches as well. Yeah, this team, they were nowhere near the finals. But this year, they've improved. They actually came here an hour early. When we came here to set up, they were here training, warming up. Yeah, they were here every single day. They were playing. This is why these guys deserves everything. Yeah, unfortunately they didn't win. So runners up, can you all give a big round of applause?
Okay, Ashraf and his boys are coming to collect their runners-up medals. A huge vote of confidence and a hugely positive verdict from Hassan Salim, the organiser, towards Italians. Mauro, the player of the tournament, collecting his medal. How he would have desperately wanted to have won the tournament itself. He would give his best player award up, I can guarantee for that. It's Jabril, another promising performer. He's collecting his medal, as is Jabir. Jabir was actually one of the contenders for player of the tournament prior to this game. Mubarak, who'd only conceded 1 goal, kept 4 clean sheets before this game. Amin, who was quite reliable at right back. AVK was a very positive centre back for them. Khalid made sporadic appearances. Berber, who did score goals for them as well.
Yeah, they want to say something as well.
And the Italians would like to make an announcement for the trophy presentation.
Go home, man. Go home. Look at that. Look at that. How old are you? About 2.
I'm not arguing with it.
Amar, that's another trophy you won.
Another victory for Amar. He's getting into a real squabble with a 7-year-old on the side.
Right guys, listen, we've got a little something that these guys want to tell you. Okay?
And the runners-up trophy for Ashraf.
First, I want to thank everyone coming together, the whole community, especially the Italians. I want to have a great, good round of applause for organising this. This team would have not functioned without the likes of Ahmed Jassim, the likes of Trevor, the likes of there's people like that, there's people like that put this team together, the youth together, and that's what it's all about, man. The Ramadan tournament now, we're together. We won, you get me? We all won, inshallah, at the end of the day, man. We might have not won the tournament, we might have not come up on top, but in my eyes and the people's eyes, we're still champions, and we're gonna come back next year stronger and even better. I promise you that, man. And everyone. And every time before the game, I ask my teams. When I go to war, I know my team come with me. When I go to war, I know my team come with me. Because you know, when I ask for who got my back, who got my back? I got your back. I say, who got my back? I got your back. Who got my back? I got your back. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time.
Ashraf with that war cry.
Yo, what you guys got planned?
Well, now we're coming on to a trophy presentation for a group of people who are used to it. It's just another stroll in the park for, yeah, literally a stroll in the park to Tayyip Shah.
Nice, it's hard work, man. Italians are good.
Champions of the Ramadan Unity Cup, Titans, well done.
Okay, and Amar, the goalkeeper of the tournament, collecting his medal, followed by Haroon, who scored himself a hat-trick in the final. Assad, who almost missed out on the final with an ankle injury, but was a real force on the sidelines as a manager in the semi-final. Tayyip Shah, what more can be said about Tayyip Shah, the rock at the back. 80, very valuable squad member for the tournament. Jafar, the Golden Boot winner, 5 goals. Akib, who came in the semi-final and got himself a goal in the final. Hassan Ahmed, no-nonsense defending, has been very, very helpful for them. Azhar, late addition to the squad, has led from the front in terms of his defending. Shiraz, the manager, and the main man, Tango, who is the key ingredient for any squad when it comes to winning.
Jaffar's so big. Look how small he makes his trophy look.
Jaffar's Golden Boot is actually a size 8. That trophy. It looks like a size 13 for children. I think it'll fit your little boy, Bilal.
To be honest, I think Hassan Salim tried it on.
And this is the Titan squad, and this is the presentation, and the trophy is going to be awarded to Tango, who's going to raise it high for Titans. As opposed to the Italians' war dance, we've got the familiar cry of Championes from the Titans players. Another victory for them, and their players are just going to go through the mandatory pictures for Snapchat and for Facebook and for Instagram, even for Pinterest possibly.
Thank you, bro.
Sorry, it's all right.
Get Shiraz in, man. Get Shiraz in.
Tango, breaking news. Is it true Titans are finishing now? It's retiring.
Yeah, it's sad news, but me and Amar...
Not sad news for everyone else, though.
Yeah, not for everyone else. But me and Amar have been talking. I think this is going to be the last game, so we won't be playing in the Ramadan Cup again.
But it's
been good. It's been a lot good. 4 years for him, and 3 years for me.
Yeah.
So
you two are personally retiring from the Ramadan Cup. What's brought this decision about?
To be honest, it's always Tayyip Shah. Tayyip, we're retiring.
Tayyip's also retiring.
Yeah.
Why Tayyip?
I think we need to give the youth a chance, innit, now? We've taught them enough lessons, so it's time for them to move on from what they've learned.
And learn. Yeah. We'd love to do a bit of coaching, you know, a bit of that sort of thing.
So is that what you're going to be doing during Ramadan next year?
We might bring our own youth next year. We might bring a youth team forward next year.
Because we've all got kids and stuff, obviously we want to bring them into it as well.
Probably Rizvi going to be in that youth squad.
Possibly.
Be the top end of the youth squad, yeah.
Got a youth there.
Boys, what time is it?
Home time.
Retiring time.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you very much, boys. That's breaking news. It's sad news. These 3 legends of the game are retiring. We'll be back for the Manchester Ramadan tournament next year. Yeah. Just to sum up, what a tournament it's been. A wonderful performance by Titans in the final, winning by 5-0. Italians, though, have gone away with from this tournament with respect and with their integrity intact because of the way that they've shown themselves to be attacking and positive through their manager all the way down to their team, and they're hoping to be back next year. The news that Amar, Tayyip and Tango won't be back next year will be music to the ears for a lot of the players that have tried to come and overcome their team, from Hamid Rizvi, Abu the cameraman, and the rest of the Manchester Ramadan Cup tournament team. Inshallah, we'll see you next year. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye.